Well, of course, you're going to see the weather guy keeping an eye on the radar, and that is exactly what we're doing right now. So here's what's going on. We saw some storms in some spots, but the storms, they are wrapping up. Take a look at this on Olman Doppler radar. Notice how the lightning really disappeared. That shows you that the storms are fizzling out. Just a few spots of green left in parts of Bucks County right now and in South Jersey. And in about another hour from now, that is pretty much it. And once that rain wraps up in an hour, hour and a half for everybody, you know what that means? That is it. With storms for the rest of the weekend, that's it for rain for the rest of the weekend. That's it for rain until next weekend. So for a change, we got a nice sunny stretch ahead. And I'll tell you what, we earned that one, that's for sure. What a beauty we got tomorrow with temps in the 70s. Come on into the studio. We're going behind the news today. And it goes like this. Oh no, got my cord stuck on the doorknob. I got to tuck in my different cords and stuff. I guess in the big pockets. So anyway, I want to take you into the newsroom. We're going to see what's happening for our coverage today, what we're tracking, what we're following for when we see you live on Fox 29 and Fox Local coming up after the game tonight. Sounds like we got another baseball game. I think it's a good one tonight too. And then we're going to get to the bottom of a couple things. This morning on Good Day Philadelphia weekend, we were talking about how folks now aren't using travel agents. You know what they're using? TikTok. So we'll talk about that with the whole newsroom. We'll also talk about different ages when it comes to dating. That was a big story this morning that Shane and I were going back and forth on. So I'm going to get everyone to weigh in on that coming up a little bit later. Then we'll check in on Rescue Me. We have some updates from Dawn on the way. And then Dawn did a really cool story earlier in the week about a couple. And there's something unique about this couple. So we're going to be talking about that a little bit later. And then it's summer blockbuster movie season. We're going to get talking about all the movies. We're going to do that with Aaron coming up in a little bit. But first, to the news desk we do, we'll really go in the newsroom. We got double trouble today. We got Kim in the house. We got Taylor. Great to see both you guys.
Hey.
So we got full staffing right here at the desk for both you guys monitoring the news. I'll get started with you, Kim. What's been happening today? What have you guys been watching? What are we following for our evening newscast?
Right. So what we've been following is something that actually broke yesterday in the area of Germantown and Erie, which was an abduction that happened, a very unfortunate abduction that we were working to get verified yesterday. And so what it looks like right now is that a 12-year-old was asleep in a vehicle. She was with her mother, who at the time was in a store. And unfortunately, someone stole the vehicle and then allegedly sexually assaulted this 12-year-old female. And so
wait a minute. I thought just the other day when I was in, we had someone who stole a car. I think it was in a Save-A-Lot parking lot. There was someone in the back, like a young kid in the back, and then right away they dumped the car. This is totally different. This is another story of a kid sleeping in a car.
This is another story of a child sleeping in a vehicle. And so there are a lot of lessons to be learned in this incident. We know that police always advise you not to leave a car idling for lots of reasons. But this one in particular is just really unfortunate because this 12-year-old female was sleeping in the vehicle while her mother was inside a store.
Yeah.
And they're currently looking for the suspect who stole the vehicle and then sexually assaulted this young girl.
Oh, so this has been one of our top stories today on our website is right now. So we're going to fox29.com. And this one right here has all the latest information. And who's covering the story for us tonight after the game?
Right. So today we have our very capable Jen Lee, and Dave Eitzen is her photographer for today. And
he's a great photographer.
Yes.
He is really focused on the details when it comes to stories. He does some really cool stories when he goes out during the week to work for our special, The 215, where we cover all sorts of neat things from the arts to pop culture around town. And the work Dave Eitzen does is so cool, and I love his stories.
Yeah, and so they're going to tell it in a very unique way. Given the tragedy of it, they will, of course, be sensitive to the family, of course, but like you said, all of our photojournalists and reporters, they bring something unique to the table.
Yeah, each one.
Yeah, each one. And so their storytelling is very different, but it's very impactful as well. So that is one of our top stories. And of course, as you know, our meteorologist weather is our second story that's been trending.
Oh, so the radar itself.
Yeah, the radar itself on our website. And so if you are not on fox29.com, on our interactive radar, you can find this there on our website and also our mobile app. So shout out to our digital team who always keeps things up to date and current for us.
So I'll tell you what, do me a favor, click on weather, because let's show everyone how you get to the radar, because this is a great feature. And you know, there's more than just actually the radar, you get future radar. So you click on the weather page and then scroll right on down a little bit. After the forecast from this morning, you're going to see our radar. Here's what I want to show you guys, and help me out with this. See where it says past? Can you click on past right there? Then click on future. Boom. You know what this is now? Future radar. Takes a second to load, and this right here that we're looking at, this is the same future radar when it pops up. And you know what? It did. I'll tell you why. It's dry at 12:45 in the morning.
I see.
Wind it right back here. Pull this right back here.
Okay.
We're going to see some storms. You can slide it back even more.
Slide it back.
This is the same future radar we have at the station that we show on air. So back it all up to about now, and then from there you can hit play or kind of take it along, and it'll show the different times of when a storm's in your community. You know what's cool about this radar? You can zoom in street level. That's one of the coolest things that there is. So that's interesting. I mean, it makes sense. We've had storms again. We've had severe weather. Boy, we had some flooding yesterday. It just popped up like that. By the airport on 95, one of my storm chaser friends sent me some pictures that were sidelined. In other words, another one of the cars, there was so much water in one lane of I-95 near the airport. The car was like right by the guy rail, kind of like perpendicular to the road, and there was still standing water. In fact, I'll pull that up in a couple seconds. It was kind of interesting. In fact, I don't know. Are you on Twitter? Do you have Twitter logged in?
I don't have Twitter logged in, I believe. Yeah, and I think Taylor can get that up.
No, we'll go this way. We'll just head on to my phone right here, and we'll go to my Twitter app.
Okay.
And I'll show you the pictures. So let's see here.
Make sure you're following Drew.
Oh, I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. I was talking about the Northern Lights. We're going to see the Northern Lights tomorrow night.
Wow.
It really looks good for it. And I usually take these forecasts with a grain of salt because I usually don't verify. This one looks like the real deal. You remember last October when everyone was seeing them?
I do, yes.
Did you see them down where you were?
Because at that time I was in South Carolina. So, yeah, I did. We saw them.
Wow.
Yeah,
so
we did.
It's looking again that the Northern Lights are going to get that far south. And more importantly, you'll be able to see them with your own eyes. Because a lot of times when we get here, you got to use, when they do get this area, you got to use your cell phone to see them. Like take that night sight setting where it takes 5 to 10 seconds to take a picture.
And you're good at photography as well.
Oh, I love doing that. But this time it looks like just like that night in October, we'll see them with our own eyes about 9 to 11 o'clock, times TBD. But I'm going to go out right after sunset when it gets dark. I would say that between 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock tomorrow night, we got a great shot. And I have a feeling this one's going to verify.
And we'll be here working. So, yes, we'll watch it together.
So there's me talking all about it on my socials. So if you want to learn more, go to my socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you feel. It's all the same. And then let's look at my friends' pictures. Oh, that's my feed. So let me go back here to my profile, and let's check this out up here. And, yeah, so this picture right here, I'm pretty sure is from I-95.
Wow.
Right by the airport. In fact, can I see the airport in the distance? It's a little hard to see, but you can see
the lights. Yeah.
You can see the car, right? Just like that. Let's see what TJ said. He's a great guy. He said, this is from last night when we got, just drenching rain. And yeah, it was right by the airport. Things were kind of spun out. And I think he even sent over another picture from a place near Bristol where there were some low-lying spots that kind of flooded, like under a bridge. Like, let me check my, you can tell I don't go on this too often. Let me check my feed here because I know he sent it to me this morning. Oh, I love Karen always sends me her cat, kind of watching out the window. Love that.
Yeah.
So let me scroll through. Oh, I've been getting spam. This is interesting. So these are robots or not real people. And what they do is they've been sending stuff and they're stealing pictures from like news websites because this looks like one of our stations down in DC. And they're putting links, but look at the links.
Definitely our branding.
That's nonsense. That web address is nonsense. I'm not clicking on it. I mean, I'm curious to see where it goes, but no good's going to become of that. And I got spammed a couple times. In fact, they even had one of our pictures from Scott's forecast.
Wow.
And look, it's a nonsense website. So
and this is a bot. that's sending
Yeah.
news.
So now we got to be careful. Now
Mhm.
you got to. I
have
learned on
to.
Twitter. You got to look at the web address
Mhm.
before you click on something to make sure it says Fox 29 or just something that's a
Absolutely.
real website.
And then also, for all of our viewers, they can tag us in their photos. But again, we're always going to go back to,
Yeah.
we're with Fox 29. Did you take this photo? Can we use it for all of our O&Os?
Yeah.
But for any footage that you may have of yesterday and even today, I know one of our coworkers sent us some video of the hailstorm
Oh,
that
where at?
happened as well. So
I'll have to
that
check
was
in on
on,
that, yeah.
so that was on our Slack
Look, the
channel.
news is coming in as we speak. I was just
The
bending
news
down
is
to
coming
grab
in
something.
as we speak, and so we had one of our coworkers to send us, Mark Lavalas, to send us some
Love him.
video of some hail,
Yeah.
a hailstorm that happened. So if you have video
Yeah.
and you want to give us permission to use
Well,
it,
do me a favor.
just make sure you
Could
tag
you
it.
hold the camera up right to there for
Okay,
me? So just
sure.
kind of hold that up and just slide it right on there. Thank you so much. So let's see this right here.
So this is from one of our coworkers. So he sent us a few videos. And so this is a way that people remain in contact with us, even if they're not working.
Yeah, Slack's
this
great.
but this is always, this profession that we're in, you have to love it. And so anytime we see news, we're always just capturing
Mark.
it and making sure that the news station has
Yeah,
all the latest updates.
look at that.
And
It's
look
cool.
at this.
Oh, I
And
love
I'm
that.
assuming this is his backyard.
I'm going to talk to Sarah, who's
Yeah.
putting together our evening newscast. If she's not using that video, I'm totally taking that
You're
for weather.
totally stealing